Our work to strengthen supply chains, including through the America's Partnership for Economic Prosperity, and we've been cooperating there as well. And we've seen our cooperation to address historic levels of migration. And I want to thank you, Mr. President, and your team, I really mean it, for the cooperation and your leadership in taking on this challenge.
Premium pay program by $75 million as part of the House bill. Initially, the bonus pay was originally worth $1,000 for full-timers and $400 for part-timers, but the state ran into an application influx issue and had to make modifications. Under the original plan, workers making less than $100 would actually receive $1,000 every single day. This is a free stimulus cash. However, the state changed the policy so that only full-time workers who make less than $50,000 will qualify for the full $1,000. This means those making between $50 and $150 are eligible between $100 and $800. The program applies to only private sector workers, leaving out anybody who's working for a federal or state government agency. Specifically, to qualify, you must have not been able to work from home and must be employed from March 10 to May 7, 2022, which was last year. Already, 2 other states have secured their funds for this bonus payment. And since October, the Maryland State Department of Education has been sending you guys $13,000, and now the city of Memphis, Tennessee is offering also $15,000 for recruitment policies. Over in the state of Florida, they're giving $3,000 through the Inflation Reduction Act and the Florida Power and Light Rebates Energy Bill. Homeowners can expect to claim 30% of the cost of their air source, like heating pumps and all those things. Mortgage rates have declined for 3 weeks in a row, giving homeowners a bigger opportunity to purchase a house. But this all leads to one question: will Joe Biden send out the stimulus check in 2023? Let's find out. So the economists are pushing for a $8,000 fourth stimulus check, everybody. This will be a one-time inflation relief check, and these checks could be automatically deposited to eligible households and Americans that receive the monthly benefit checks. So, for instance, New Mexico is already sending out $400 checks. Another state like Maine is sending out $800 payments. So, everybody, it's pretty good to see that President Biden, Republicans, and Democrats, and governors are doing what it takes to send out stimulus payments and help out the American people and send out stimulus checks before it's too late, because President Biden definitely has the authority to do so. We're just waiting on President Biden to take some action. But now, a total of 3 rounds of stimulus checks were deposited into people's bank accounts over the past several years in order to help people and shield people from the devastating effects of the crisis. But the crisis has not stopped affecting millions of people's lives. For instance, Americans will spend thousands of dollars in extra money this year, in part due to the after effects of the crisis. And many are hoping from the federal government that they will take action to help defray the big expenses with another stimulus payment. Since the crisis has led to surging inflation, which has impacted many families and senior citizens. Factors that are causing inflation to be at a 40-year high. Crisis-related supply chain disruptions and increased demand for goods and services, and following an extended lockdown are 2 of the leading reasons why prices have gone up so much this year. The U.S. Congress actually said that in a report they showed that how much prices have risen for the typical household, and the numbers are not good. It's bad, everybody. According to the data, even if prices stop going up for the rest of the year, the inflation that has already been happening means that the average American household has already paid around $10,000 more in the past 12 months for these overpriced goods. That's a huge sum of money, and it's the money that most people cannot even afford, especially if their jobs are disrupted or stagnant. And with Americans out of so much cash, many people believe the federal government should step up to provide checks that would cover these costs and losses. According to some economists, if lawmakers wanted to even out the cost for Americans, they would need to send out $8,000 relief checks. Other economists say that even higher payments might need to be sent. If prices continue going up instead of remaining stagnant through the remainder of 2022, something has to be done. People can relief packages have also been provided for thousands of families, and the good news is that many states are recognizing that inflation has been detrimental, and they're sending out money to help residents cope with this. So while the payments being sent are smaller than the $8,000 checks, at least those in states that are offering aid will get some support to cover those of you on SSDI. There is a ton of information about the 4th stimulus check, Social Security benefits that I want you guys to know, so continue watching this video. In September, more than 48 million retired workers received Social Security benefits, and yet there are many individuals who remain disinformed about the program. For instance, a survey by the Nationwide Retirement Institute shows that more than 2/3 of Americans don't know the benefits increase largely based on inflation. The Social Security Administration does indeed enact a cost of living adjustment each year to try and help beneficiaries keep up with rising prices. In fact, after battling runaway inflation over the past year, beneficiaries will see the largest COLA in 4 decades in 2023. But a few other important changes are coming to Social Security next year. Scorching inflation hit the U.S. economy hard in the past year, driving up the cost of food, utilities, and medical care, among other necessary goods and services. Fortunately, Social Security benefits will get an 8.7% COLA in 2023 to impact the rising prices that everyone's facing, and there will be the largest COLA in 1982. So, in December, beneficiaries will receive a COLA notice by mail, providing the exact details of the new benefit amount. The SSA estimates that the average benefit paid to retired workers will rise by about $150 to $1,827 per month in 2023. That means the average retiree will see an extra $1,752 over the course of the year. The Social Security Administration identifies any individual on retirement benefits as a retiree. It's possible to keep working while receiving Social Security checks, and that said, in addition to the permanent penalty for claiming Social Security early, workers claiming benefits prior to full retirement age, which is also known as FRA, may receive a temporary benefit reduction based on their income. The earnings limits typically increase each year based on changes in general wage levels. In 2023, the lower limit is $21,000 and the higher limit is $56,000. For beneficiaries under FRA for the entire year, $1 in benefits will be withheld for every $2 in earnings that exceeds $21,240. But for beneficiaries who will attain FRA in 2023, $1 in benefits will be withheld for every $3 in earnings exceeding $56,000 prior to the reaching of FRA. The formula used to calculate Social Security benefits is adjusted annually to account for changes in general wage levels. That means the maximum benefit payable to newly retired workers increases yearly. But the actual amount also depends on the individual's age when they claim Social Security. According to data, very few people actually qualify for the maximum benefit. To reach that threshold, workers must earn more than the maximum amount subject to Social Security payroll tax for at least 35 years. The figure was $147,000 in 2022, and only about 6% of individuals in the U.S. meet that criteria. Retirees were hit hard, very hard this year with Medicare Part B increases. The standard monthly premium soared 14.5% from the 2021 level to $170. However, Medicare is giving that increase back in 2023. The standard monthly Medicare Part B premium for 2023 will fall $5.20 to $164. To add icing to the cake, the annual deductible for Medicare Part B will decline by $7 to $226. The biggest problem with the huge Social Security increase is that it could be too little. Retirees have already faced higher costs due to skyrocketing inflation this year.